Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. As always, I always appreciate any and all support that I get over here on my YouTube. Again, this is always just a fun outlet for me, but it's just kind of like nice to get the support as well. Um, so as you can tell, I'll be doing my monthly nail diary series. So this was inspired by Natalie's Neat Nails, or Natalie over on Instagram. I don't know if she's on any other platform, but that's the one that I know her from, and the one that I believe that she's the most active on as well. Um, but yeah, so she inspired this, and I really enjoyed doing it. This is my second month doing it, and it's kind of been like a practice in mindfulness, and also it's kind of nice to just kind of record of like certain things that happened within my like little nail polish um, the nail polish part of my life. Um, Oh, before we get into it, I do want to just ask that if you find this video like entertaining or helpful in any way, please just like and also subscribe if you're, I don't know, enjoying my content. And also leave feedback. I always take that in stride and try to, incorporate and improve upon it whenever I do get feedback. Actually, like most of the feedback that I get is very positive, so I appreciate that as well. Um, this journal is just like a little bullet journal. I got it from this company called Citrus Book Bindery. I think they usually have, yeah, they have their logo on the back, Citrus Book Bindery. You can like custom make a ton of different notebooks, notebook type sizes, even like you can choose the kind of pattern that you want. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just like found them, years ago, and I purchased a bunch of bullet journals from them because I was really into bullet journaling at the time. And I just like having those little notebooks to kind of take like notes in for work, for journaling, and now for nail polish. So yeah, if you're ever interested in like a product like this, I would highly recommend checking them out. It's just very good quality little journals, and I really like the bullet journal style. But you can, like I said, you can get any type of like page pattern and whatnot. So this was my second month again doing this. And so the spreads that I had this month were the polishes that I actually wore as Manny. So meaning I wore them for like probably 24 hours, if not more. And then this was like a page on like PR that I received. I participate in nail swap or polish swap every month. So these are all the polishes I received in that polish swap. And then this is kind of like a list of collections that came out that I passed on. And I'm really trying to be mindful about what I purchase because I don't want to just impulse buy. I'm trying to be a lot more mindful. And like in the month of August, I'm definitely entering into a strict no buy, and I'll talk more about that um, if I remember. But yeah, I just made a list of like, collections that I maybe passed on, why, what I plan to do, and like maybe pick up a few in the future. I don't think this is like comprehensive. I do think that there are some collections that I did pass on, and I didn't necessarily write them down in here. Um, but yeah, these are the ones that I guess I just like thought about, or maybe I was having more serious FOMO over them, so I like wrote things down just to again be more mindful. One other spread that I do want to have in coming months was like what polishes I do purchase. Again, I'm entering into a no buy, so my hope is that all those pages are blank. For the month of July, I did not do that because it would have just been an exercise in shaming myself because I bought a lot. I purchased a lot in the month of July. Um, so yeah, so I didn't really want to, I guess, confront that part of myself. So I didn't make that spread just because I knew it was coming because of Rewind. And then there was a lot of like exclusive PBE collections that came out, and yeah. But just to get into it, the first polish that I wore this month was Cirque's Rhapsody in Blue. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see it there. So I believe this is going to show up a lot more saturated on camera. I do want to say that there is this like slight muted quality to this polish that I really love. So this polish is one that like came out a while ago. Not a while ago. It came out this year, obviously, but like a few months ago. And I purchased it, and I just like kind of sat on it because it was a color that I really wanted to savor. And I'm kind of weird like that because when I see a polish that I don't know, that I like am really gonna enjoy or I know I'm gonna enjoy, I tend to just wait for a moment when I can truly just like sit and enjoy wearing it and like putting it on and things like that. And I'm like that with everything, with like food, with um, like TV shows, clothing, things like that. Like if it's something that I'm really looking forward to, I like to really just get into like a mindset of wearing it, or eating or whatever it is. But yeah, that was definitely one of these, and I'm glad I finally got to wear it this month. It was just beautiful. Um, Chameleon nails. So I did wear this one. I ended up destashing it, and like technically I didn't. I don't know if this counts, but I ended up giving it to one of my friends, um, just because it goes from this like black to this like kind of forest green color, and my friend is a huge Eagles fan, and so I figured it would be something that she would enjoy wearing during football season in support of the Eagles. um, so yeah, so I gave that to her, and I have so many thermals in my collection that I just need to enjoy, and so I wore that once, and then like she and I were having a conversation. I just figured that it was something that she would enjoy a lot more than I would. So yeah, I passed it along to her. And then Kathleen and Co. If They Only Knew. So this is an iconic polish. I'm sure everyone knows this polish, but it is just beautiful. I think this is one of the only polishes that didn't end up on my Instagram in terms of like swatching it, but very, very beautiful polish. I enjoyed wearing this. I enjoy a lot of Kathleen and Co. polishes, but this was no exception. So really stunning polish. These next ones are for a collab. It's like a Skittle collab, but when I use these, I ended up putting them on and kind of just wearing them for quite a while. Let me make sure I can get all these, and this is gonna be like not in any particular order, but basically it was Lurid Slacker by 500-Year-Old Boyfriend, Hollow Taco's Wireless Mode, Enchanted to Meet You by Polish for Days, Blueprint from ILNP, and then I Got You Babe from Faux Revs. And so, again, this is a really stunning Skittle. I've worn this one before, and whenever I've worn this one on its own, I've always just gotten so many compliments on it. It's truly such a beautiful polish. Like the bottle does not do it justice. It has this beautiful like blue glow in it it's like hard to kind of capture. But it has this beautiful like blue glow in real life that just is so pretty. And then all these together, it just made for a really beautiful Skittle. Um, and so yeah, I really loved how that turned out, and also kind of just gave me an opportunity to use these. Like I've been sitting on this one too for quite a while, and it did not disappoint either. And same with this one. I got this one in a D stash because I just love anything that Bo Rose creates, and I passed up on it during PPU for some reason. But yeah, really truly beautiful color. So there's those, and then I wore um, these for another collab. I used this as a base and this for nail art. Um, yeah, these were great too. Like this is part of the like Vice series that comes out every year from Cirque Colors. Really beautiful color. I wasn't too happy with my nail art, so that's probably why like I'm not as enthusiastic about these particular colors, even though I do love these individually. Like this is a jelly, this is a neon, and so those are definitely both some of my favorite like collection series that come out from Cirque Cirque colors, but I don't know. I just don't like that nail art. So like, I think that's like why I'm a little, I don't know, not enthused about these. The next one was Davines Lacquer Rainforest. So this is a magnetic that I presented for Magnetic Monday, again, which is something that was inspired by Natalie's Neat Nails. I don't necessarily know if she came up with that, but she's the reason why I participate. Like in my mind and in my bubble, she's the one who came up with that. So yeah, so this is a really truly beautiful um, polish. It is magnetic. Let me see if I can get that magnetic pull. Better magnet. Oh my gosh. Yeah, here we go. But yeah, it just was beautiful. I wore this as a velvet style manicure. Did not disappoint. I like in general really love everything that I've gotten from Davine Lacquer. I love the logo, and yeah, the polishes themselves are really beautiful. And then Chameleon Nails Whisper of Camaru. I'm gonna assume that's how you say it. And I know I had that one out here. Yes. So this one is kind of funny because I had seriously thought that I'd passed on this during polish pickup because I try not to buy thermals or solars or magnetics during polish pickup because I have so many magnetics, and solars and thermals just stress me out. So when I was doing my rewind video and this came back, I was like, oh, I'm not going to pick it up, blah, blah, blah. But I already had it. But yeah, so this is one that I've worn, I think maybe 2 or 3 times this month just to like really enjoy it because I don't know, like it's a really beautiful polish. I didn't really get to enjoy it in the way that I wanted to because I didn't like get to like kind of enjoy the solar and the thermal effects of this polish because I kind of just like slapped it on and went about my day. But still really stunning, and I plan to wear it again and like wear it for a longer time. Like I'm in the process of trying to like really heal and take care of my right hand. Um, because it's not doing so well. Like I have a lot of peeling, but my thought process was just to like wear a polish for like, a week at a time so that they're not getting going through like acetone or drying out. And this is gonna be one of the polishes that I like, wore for a week at a time on my right hand. But yeah, really beautiful polish, and I really enjoy that one. Um, Broken Pixel Leaves of Oak. I did not pull that one out, unfortunately, but one of my favorites. Broken Pixel in general is one of my favorite brands. I love that brand. I feel like anything she makes, I'm gonna and just really, really enjoy. And so yeah, Broken Pixel, that was no exception. Leaves of Oak, that came out in her Sailor Moon collection, and I was just wearing it because I made a video kind of doing a swatch and review of that collection, and so I think I was wearing it just to kind of get a reference again of like that color and what my thoughts were, um, because I think like that color kind of fell to the back burner in my head because I was so obsessed with like the yellow and the pink and the blue that came out in that collection, but it's by itself a really, really beautiful color, and it has like this monochrome kind of effect, like a green to like purple shift that's just really beautiful. And then also this is another one, Nailed It, Love Always Wins. And so I know this came out for Pride, but this polish now really holds like a significant memory to me because when I wore it this month, it was for a really important event that maybe one day I'll share. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. I just have sentimental value attached to this polish now, and it, yeah, I'm like never gonna give this one away. I'm gonna maybe find backups if I ever run out of this. But yeah, really beautiful polish. I know, like, to me, when I look at this, it's inspired by like trans pride specifically. Um, and like you can see all the rainbow, but to me, the colors that show most are like the blue and the pink. And so that's why I always kind of associate with trans pride. And not that that has anything to do with like why this is personally significant to me, but that is one thing that I think that's like originally why I was drawn to this polish, is just because it captured trans pride within a polish. And I don't know, it's important to me to like support that effort, but the like sentimental value of it does not have anything to do with trans pride. So but yeah, so I guess it's like doubly special to me, but very, very beautiful polish, and I'm gonna like cherish that one forever. um, Mooncat Pandora's Box. So this was one I try to do some magnetic art for Magnetic Monday using this, and um, I don't know, like magnetics just like I have a ton, but I just like I don't know, I'm just not as like excited about them. This is pretty, like I have to admit that like the base is just stunning. The way that I use it as art, I use it to kind of like paint shapes on my nails. And so like the shift between the magnetic pigment and the base color was really, really pretty and really cool to look at on my nail art. Um, but I don't know, like I just feel like at some point, like this is gonna end up in one of my D stashes because I just don't. I don't know. It doesn't feel. It's just one of those things where I'm just like I feel indifferent to it, I guess. Cirque Sour Punch. This is another one I did not feature. I was wearing it on my right hand again to kind of help preserve, like not having to beat it up because I also moved this month, and so it was just another one of those things. I just was trying to be gentle and just like kind of minimize the amount of polish and like processing that this hand went through. But I wore this on my right hand, and it is beautiful. This was definitely one of my favorite polishes from this month. I'm turning into a flaky girl. I'm just gonna say it. But this is, yeah, just beautiful. Like I yeah, I yeah, definitely one of my top favorites from this month. Lumen's Radiant Burn. So I think this is from the Iron Bow collection, which I ended up picking up. And this is just kind of like a surprising favorite. Again, I always feel very indifferent towards yellows, but maybe that's kind of changing because I really, really enjoyed this particular shade of yellow, and wearing it was just like really nice. And I have some like nail art ideas planned around this color. Like I just thought it was so beautiful. So another favorite from this month. Devine Birds of a Feather, another gorgeous polish. Like the shift in this is just so pretty. Um, I think it went by another name or like before, but yeah, I don't know. I am a fan of like any type of purple or bluish purple with like a blue shimmer. Can't ever go wrong with that combination. And yeah, this is no exception. Truly beautiful. Um, Rogue's Crush. This was another one that just was my favorite. Like, I think it's funny because, again, like I like never liked flakies, but I've been in a flaky mood recently. But I picked this up in a D stash, and yeah, no regrets. Like all the multicolored flakes are just truly, truly, truly beautiful. This is one of my favorites for sure. Um, and then I wore PFD's Polish for Days Gleam. So I usually love everything that Polish for Days creates, but this one was one that I felt conflicted about because on my nails it kind of showed up like lime green, so it wasn't like this blue that's in the bottle, and I think I was thrown off by that. And I only really enjoyed this polish in the sunshine. Like there was no sun or anything, I did not. I don't know. I felt indifferent towards this. And so that's kind of, I guess, why I feel conflicted about it. Like, there's times when I really loved it when I was wearing it, and then times that I just like didn't care for it because it kind of feels there's no light, it feels very frosty on my skin, and I'm not always a huge fan of like frosty colors. So there is that. And then Room for a Thousand, I adored this polish. Like another Polish for Days polish, I adored this polish. I think it has like kind of like a blue base with this like fiery shimmer, and it just yeah, it's truly beautiful. Definitely one of my favorites from this month. And then I saw someone wearing this. I think it was. Oh, I'm gonna get mixed up. There's two people who have very similar like Instagram handles. I'll try to put it on the screen, but I saw her wearing this, and so I decided to pull this one out and wear it as well. And again, I love anything neon. This was no exception. I really enjoyed wearing this one. It was really, really pretty. Um, and then I had picked up this Watermelons duo from between like that was a collaboration between Cracked and Lurid, and I did some watermelon nail art using these, and I also just like for some accents I used the black from Cracked, the white from Cracked, and then my base color was Spill the Tea, also from Cracked. So it was pretty cool. I don't know. I really liked how the nail art turned out, except for my middle finger, which was like a watermelon. I kind of wish I had done something different, but I don't know. I'll edit it one day and redo it and kind of like build upon what I created. But yeah, really enjoyed this duo. Yeah, they were kind of like unexpected because in the bottle they just look like pink and green, but they have this kind of like unexpected like shift in it. I don't necessarily know that the camera is gonna pick it up, but this one had like a blue, and this one kind of felt like an orangey pink, I guess. So yeah, really loved both of those. And like yeah, these are just great staples in any collection. And then I also picked up the Sunset Static collection from Broken Pixel. Again, I feel like Michelle could create anything and I'm going to just love it. But yes, I loved everything about this collection. I created some nail art around it. I did like a lazy gradient, and then I kind of used the art from this collection, like the collection art, to kind of do some other nail art. And just again, really, really, really stunning polishes. I think like my favorites, I don't know, maybe I should do a swatch interview. Let me know if that's something that you'd be interested in watching. I feel like I've just done like, I don't know, I just recently did a swatch interview on Broken Pixel, so I feel like that's kind of what's holding me back. But like, I feel like I really should because I really just, I mean, I love this collection, but I also feel like I had a lot of opinions to share because like this feels like a sibling to Outrunning Karma, and I just love that's one of my favorite polishes in general. And so it was just really, I don't know, it's just like cool to kind of see the sibling shade, even though I don't know. It's just kind of like reminiscent of that. And then this one felt like a sister shade to What's in the Mustard, but it's orange. And I just love how kind of like, I don't know, I think this was like a standout shade to me from this collection. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. And then this one has like this greenish tone in the base. So it's like a yellow, it's like a yellow, but there's like a tint of green or something in it that I just really enjoyed. And then these I felt like, I don't know, they're just like my go-tos. Like if you think about Kathleen and Co, like a purple with an orange shift. Here we have like that purple with that like bright kind of warm shift in it. So yeah, just like these are just polishes that are automatically up my alley because they're just combinations I gravitate towards. So yes, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful um, polish. And Sassy Sauce don't razzle, just dazzle. So this was actually a polish that I got in my little polish swap. And it's just interesting because it's like a shimmer, but it has flakes in it. And so like normally I don't enjoy that kind of combination, but this was so pretty and I just like really enjoyed wearing it. Um, but yeah, so that was one, and I'll talk about that again in a second. All right. So to now get into my PR. So I got PR from Uno Moss Collections and from Aura Bloom. Both of these these were just like shades that she had come out with, you know, when she first kind of opened the brand, and so she just needed some swatch photos on it. But just standout shades from this for me were this fuchsia fantasy. Oh my gosh, it's so 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 pretty, very shifty. Um, Again, another really beautiful color, and I feel like it's a dupe for Backspace, which is coming, which is part of Cracks PPU. So Cracks August 2025 PPU is like very similar to Berry Shifty. So if you missed out on that one, you might want to check out this. Yeah, Fuchsia Fantasy, and then this blue is kind of, I feel like it could be a good dupe for one of the dearly departed from Mooncat. And then this brown, like I normally don't gravitate towards neutrals, but I really enjoyed those four colors. And then Uno Mas came out with a collection, which I already did a video on as well. But this was a solid collection. You can't see this one; it's a white, but there was like it was like all kinds of colors. Like there was glow in the dark, there was thermals, there was solars, there was magnetics, and like legitimately there was literally, I enjoyed this entire collection so much. I did say in that video that I did not like Jaded, but the truth is that that color ended up growing on me. And I think what happened is like they had thinned out the formula so much that there wasn't much of a color payoff, but like through my use, I think it kind of like thickened up and became more concentrated in color. And so like I actually ended up buying a backup bottle of this one to have, because I like in my efforts to swatch it, I kind of used up quite a bit of it. So I bought a backup to enjoy because I like ended up really enjoying it over time. So yeah, really solid collection. I think I loved like every single color. I had a really hard time choosing favorites. But the ones that really stood out to me were like Casa de Heaven, In Her Eyes, A Scapegoat. Relit was, oh my gosh, Relit was probably one of my favorites. Um, and then the hot pink, like I don't know, like it's really hard. Like I said, oh, this red jelly was really beautiful too. Um, yeah, I loved every single color in that collection. And these were all the colors that I got from my polish swap. And again, I already showed you this one, which I wore. I I loved every color that I got in here. So these were the ones. These were kind of like mainstream brands. Essie, and this is a top coat. Um, and then this was Sally Hansen's Color Theory, One Day at a Time. I just feel like it's such a beautiful neutral, but there's like holographic pigments in there too. Really beautiful. Bees Knees Lacquers, Your Pain is My Pain. I've been really getting into Bees Knees like recently, and so I was really excited to get this color, especially for fall. It just feels like a really beautiful like fall color. Not that I'm a seasonal wearer, but then this Tada by Polish for Days. I love everything that Polish for Days creates, and it kind of reminded me of Room for a Thousand, but they're not the same. But they kind of have that same like, I don't know. They're definitely related. And then This is a new to me brand. I don't even really know what brand this is, but I really loved this color, like the red with the holographic. Um, but yeah, really beautiful color. Linby Designs is another one of my favorite brands, and I got a prototype shade. And yeah, just another really pretty, like pinky color. Love that. Olive Ave polish. So I have a lot of Olive Ave polishes, and I actually just don't have this one. So that was really nice to get this color. And yeah, like I don't know. I really love Olive Ave polish. Like pretty much everything she does is very consistently just good. Um, and then this is another Linby Designs Luminous Dreams, and I just think, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. It's like a pink with like a green shimmer in it, but then has like holographic micro flakes in it as well. Beautiful color. I really struggled with getting this one open. Oh my gosh. But yeah, when I eventually did get it open, it's just so pretty. Like, I don't know. I know I'm gonna really enjoy that wearing that one. And this was the last one, which was Colores de Carol, another like holographic, and Viva and Rosa. So yeah, those are all the polishes that I got in my polish swap. Um, really beautiful, beautiful colors. And so let me try to get myself resituated. Um, and all right. All right. And so the collections that I wrote down that I passed on, the first one was Spirit of Rebellion from Cracked. So, I just with Cracked, I have this habit of always just picking up everything in a collection. And so I'm trying to move away from that, and I'm trying to be more intentional because, like, I'll pick up all the collection, but like maybe if the collection is like 6 shades, maybe 4 out of the 6 shades are just shades that I would prefer to wear. So I'm trying to be more mindful with that. And so I figured that I would like pick this up later because Cracked does really well with not being like a FOMO brand. And I just thought about like I would think about like the shades that I like felt like I was very attracted to over time, and then eventually pick those shades up, like, you know, if there was a sale or something. Polish. I always say polished, but it's just polish. They had a Christmas in July collection that came out, and it was really pretty. And again, Polish is another brand that I just love everything they create, but I'm trying to be just more mindful again because I don't know, I spent a lot of money this month, so I was just trying to like think about it. So that was a brand or a collection that I turned down. And then the Mooncat Welcome to Paradise collection. And so I know this is always like so polarizing, but I just can't in good faith like purchase Mooncat. Like I can't pay $18 for a polish. Like yeah, it's not something that I could buy Chipotle for $18. And I don't know. And I think in general, like I was kind of disappointed. Like when all the like teasers started coming out from Mooncat, I thought it was gonna be like kind of a neon or glow in the dark collection, but it just was a ton of like magnetics, and even like there was like a pink, like they did this like visual of this like hot pink, like, you know, spilling down this person's abs, and like if it had been that pink, I think I would have loved it, but it kind of ended up being more of like a magenta-y pink. And so I was kind of disappointed by that. But the only color that I like really just was drawn to was Meow Tech Industries, which was like a multi-chrome. And so I think like later, if I have like points saved up with Mooncat, and so I want to use those points up before they expire. And so whenever that time comes, I think I might just pick Meow Tech Industries up and use up my points. But yeah, that was the only one that I felt very like drawn to. The other ones kind of felt like dupes. I'm not in the market for magnetics, and in general, I kind of wish it had been more like neon and glow in the dark. But yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of people really enjoyed it, so that's what matters. And so that was everything in my nail diary. I guess I should set up for the next month. So the next month, this is gonna be like the July, like, so this is gonna be what I wore. And then what else did I do? Oh, PR. And then I'm not sure yet if I'm going to be participating in that swap, but we'll just write it down. And then I'm going to do the collections I passed on. And the last part will be the collections I passed on. Polish I bought. I'm going to start keeping record of this. But like I said, I'm trying to enter into strict no buy. My one exception is going to be in September that I want to participate in polish pickup, but that's it. So my hope is that when I show you this next month, that it's still completely blank. But yeah, those are going to be my spreads for the next month. And then also I figured that I would also just kind of show some favorites or empties while I was here. So let me start with my favorites. So the first one is going to be this EPHD. This is from Apres, and it's like a nail treatment, like a bond repair nail treatment. So I use this brand for like my hair for bond repair, and I have really enjoyed how healthy my hair has been. And so when they came out with this one for like nails, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna try it out. And honestly, like, so my right hand is not doing very well, but it's my dominant hand. But like, I have almost no peeling on my left hand except for a little bit on this finger. I don't know if you can see, but there's just like a tiny bit on the edge here. But yeah, I feel like this has really helped. I don't put it on every single day, but pretty much what I do is I put it on, and then I like, again, there's no like scientific backing to any of this, but in my head it just makes sense that when you put on a treatment, you kind of want to seal it in and like make sure it's like left on your nail. So I've been taking like other nourishing supposed treatment base coats and just putting that over it. And the one that I'm using this month is the one from Cert Colors, the Recovery Ritual Nail Strengthener. I don't always understand how these work, and I haven't actually made the time to look into like a product like this, because it doesn't make sense that just like applying something on your nail would be what okay, I shouldn't say that because I'm saying that about this, but this is like a base coat, right, that like dries and I don't know, it just sits on top of your nail, whereas this is like designed to like penetrate your nail and make it stronger. But yeah, I just don't understand always how these work, because basically they're like marketing saying like you should paint it on and every day you should keep painting it on and it'll just like help the strength of your nails. But maybe it does work, I don't know, because like I said, I have no peeling on my left hand except for that little corner, and my right hand I'm hoping to do like, I don't know, a little bit of a 3-month growth journey on it just to see if I can help resolve. Mainly like the worst peeling is on this finger, and I like literally just cut down all my nails, but it's on this finger, so I'm hoping to like kind of get a hold of that and resolve it. So but yeah, definitely one of my favorites. Maybe it's this combination that has been helping, but yeah, really love these two. I wanted to mention this because this is Mixed Berry Potion from Vibrant Scents. It's their double bond base coat, and I haven't really used this too much, so I can't really speak on like the effectiveness of it, but the scent is so good. Like I adore the scent. Like I just want to eat it whenever I smell it. But yeah, really enjoyed using this a few times that I've used it. And then I had two I don't know, I've mentioned these before, but this is the Unicorn Magic Deluxe Triple Butter Hand Lotion. I bought this at a PPU, I believe, or maybe it was Hella Handmade Creations, like months ago, probably like in February or January, and I'm still working my way through it. I love this stuff. I love feeling greasy when I go to bed, and yeah, like I just pretty much put this on my hands, and I love it. And then this one I've mentioned before too. This is from Tony Moly, and I just think it's just fun. It smells good. I love the scent of this. My one gripe is just that like I wish that this was refillable, and maybe it is. Like maybe if I pop this open and I can find like a banana scented hand lotion and just refill it, but like it's like this packaging is kind of wasteful, and so that's something I think about. I mean, all this packaging is wasteful, but I just think about packaging when it comes to something like this, where like this is beautiful packaging, it's fun, it's funny, it makes people laugh, and then you just like throw it away when you're done. And so that's my one gripe, but otherwise I love this. It brings me joy. I love this. This is one of my favorites. And then I just wanted to mention, these are also favorites and empty. So both of these are from NBM. and they're cuticle oils, and they look like they're still a little bit in there, but I've literally been storing these upside down to try to get the last drop out. I enjoy using the cuticle oils from the brand. I started with scents that, like, I always start with my least favorite scents when it comes to things like this, and then I move towards my favorite scents. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I loved both of these scents. They were fine. There's, like, when I say least favorite, these still smelled great. But yeah, I love using these cuticle oils. My one gripe is this is the old cap and this is the new cap, and I feel like this cap for some reason just comes off very easily for me. I don't know if it's like a user error thing, but I really appreciate the old caps since I plan to keep those and hooking on to them. But yeah, I've lost like 2 or 3 of these aluminum caps, and so that's one of my gripes. And then I do want to mention I used up, I don't think it was this one, it was like a fauve cuticle oil. It was like the s'mores one, and I used it up and I just refilled it. But I don't know, these are good cuticle oils too. Like, this is a cotton candy one, and I love the scent, which is interesting because I normally am not a cotton candy person, but I love this one at nighttime because the dispenser just like puts out a lot of oil, and I really like being greasy at nighttime before I go to bed. So I really loved that. And so yeah, those were all my favorites that I wanted to mention this month. But yeah, hopefully that was, I don't know, exciting for you, interesting. If it was, definitely like give me a thumbs up, and subscribe so that you can see all my other videos that are going up. But yep, I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope all of you are taking care, and I will see you next time.